Hello, guys. Welcome back or welcome. My name is Xander Simos. I am a USA Dodgeball men's foam player. I also play for Shred here in the States, and I also film content on YouTube. Welcome. So, this video is just going to be a recap of the national teams that got picked a little bit over a week ago, or a week and a half ago now. Geez. Today's actually 6/7. But yeah, let's talk about the teams that got picked. I won't actually talk about a lot of the mixed cloth team because I don't know too much, and that's the only team that I don't have anything to talk about because I just don't know anybody. But we can talk about the mixed foam, men's cloth, women's cloth, and the other teams right now, just because there's a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack with those teams and how they got picked and who's on them. So let's talk about men's foam last, since everyone wants to talk about that, and I need engagement time. Let's talk about mixed foam first. So on the list, we've got Brand Officer, Derek Johnson, Aaron Greenlee, new player, Gage Young, returner, Giancarlo Consul, new guy, Glenn Spacer, Kara Monroe, Kiara Oda, Kim Matheson, shout out, Matt Levine, Nicholas Danchenko, Ray Lee, Sam Saber, Taylor Green. So this team is a lot of returners of USA players, not necessarily mixed players. There's a lot of mixed players that are also here, but you've got some returners here and there. You've got a lot of new players on this team. I think five new to mixed foam, and then two from women's that came over to mixed. I think I got that right. Yeah, this team's strong. I'm curious where they put people. I'm curious also who actually goes and plays, because there's a lot of talk. But let's see. You've got strong wing combinations like Brandon Officer, Nick Danchenko. You've also got really, really strong corners options like Glenn Spacer. You got middles that are absolute dogs and demons, Derek Johnson and Matt Levine. You've got Kiara Oda and Kim Matheson, one new player, one returner. That's absolutely just animals. They're stacked. Kiara is probably the most accurate person I know. Kim is absolutely fearless when it comes to mixed. And then you've got Aaron Greenlee, who's just happy to be there. Yeah, you've got a lot of talent on this team, a lot of new talent, and just people that want to be there and play. All right, so next up, we've got women's foam, which is a lot of returners, but not as many as we saw last time. So I think the issue with women's foam currently at the moment is that the game plan has not evolved. It's still the same. We're just better than you, and we'll catch and throw better than you. And that was the game plan in previous years, and it was the truth for most years. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the style has changed, the sport's evolved, and players have gotten better. And to to everyone else that it happens. People dissolve or teams dissolve, and people get better, and it is what it is. But you've got a great roster here of new players and old players and vets. I'm sorry, Katie. But you've got a great mix here, and you've got a lot of talent. Let's go through the list. So you've got Alexis Schultz, dog. Alyssa Pandolfi, returner. Aurora Hashimoto, dog. Brenda Kramer, dog. Crystal Brown is returner. Grace Roan, returner, but very new still. Jana, not returner, new player. Karina, returner. Kate Gong, dog. Katie Sanchez, dog. KD De Leon, Morgan Drabs, Nikki Pelicano, Samantha Greco. Sam actually saved USA last year, so her being added without going to the combine, makes a lot of sense. Let's be honest here. She absolutely saved that team and brought it back with 50 fucking catches in that semifinal game. So if we're gonna talk about anything, we'll talk about that. But you've got a lot of young talent here in Alexis Schultz and Aurora Hashimoto and KD, Grace. You've got a lot of young blood here that wants to play and wants to fight. And I think will be a really good add for this team. And you've got a lot of players that are coming back that can give a lot of advice to these new players. And it'll be great to see, them grow over the next 7 months or 6 months now until Worlds. And I'm excited to see it. Now, whether the game plan changes or not, something is going to have to give, whether it be coaches, players, mentality, or even just the overall mindset of the team, because there has to be something that changes. There's a definite evolution of the game, and things need to change. Let's get to the women's cloth team. I think that is I think that's a little out of my little jurisdiction of talking about because I don't know too much. I just know the Ali Pole and Ali Viscarando. The Allies, dogs, absolute animals. And so those are the first two players on our list. We got Ashley Elder, animal. Emily Fishman, Jessie Nakano, Jenny Kwan, Katie McGuire, Kayla Sison, Luann Wiggin, Rebecca Slivka, Stephanie Day, and Tia Hoover. And we've got a lot of players on this team that can catch, throw, and just play the game plan or play the game the right way. And I think that's going to be the challenge for this team, to play cloth the right way or the European way, where you have to play fast after you're down or you're not even after 2 minutes. And you're gonna see that IQ have to click. You're gonna see a definite change in the mentality of the team. And what we're gonna see is, can the team mesh with the evolution of the game? It's the same thing as women's almost, but a little bit different because I think this team was playing correctly, just not every single cylinder was firing. It was a very new team, and you got a lot of returners on this from last year, so we'll see how this team steps up and elevates and has a good showing in Bangkok. Now, that isn't to say that the team prior was not very good. It was also a new team, but we'll see a definite change of pace from the previous years, and I'd love to see it happen. Let's get into the men's side. So we have men's cloth. Andrew Ketchum, dog. Cam Parkey, Chaz Balak. That guy's a freak. Chris Wheeler, shout out to him for working super fucking hard and getting on this team. I've been talking to him a bunch, and just seeing him go from just like this stuck and injured and I don't know, just like a player that I know wanted it but was set back a bunch, to being on this team is like huge for him. Got Dakota Paulson, Eric Nielsen, whose apartment I'm in, Jake Hebert, Jaquan Moore, Jordan Clever, Justin Pine, Marshall Winterbotham, Patrick Waters, Pitbull, dog animal, Sean Wheeler, Big Brain, and Vaughn Kelly. So we've got a lot of big names on this list. Let's run through it. You got Andrew Ketchum, who can be the best player on the planet whenever he wants to. It just depends if he wants to stick to the game plan or not, and that is his only, I think, mistake, or not even mistake, his only flaw in dodgeball is that sometimes he just goes off the rails. And to his, to give him his props, he actually goes off the rails and does pretty well sometimes. But for the most part, dodgeball has evolved. It's the same thing we'll talk about 100 times. Dodgeball has evolved to the point where you need to stick to the game plan and you need to be part of the team, or else the team's going to lose, and that's just how it is. So with this new team, I know there's going to be a sort of leash on what he can do and his presence in the game, but I'd love to see him show all his full potential and just be the player that I know he can be, because the dude's an animal, no doubt. But we'll see if he can bring it all together, and he's got all the skills to do it. Cam Parkey, fellow Hex member, did amazing in Mexico. Chaz Balak, amazing in Mexico, amazing at the Combine. I know he was probably the top player there, and just did phenomenal. He's been an asset to every single team he's been a part of. He just needs to play more than a minute. Dakota Paulson and Chris Wheeler. Chris, I've seen him put in work. He's there. He just has to stay healthy. Eric Nelson, as long as he tries, he does really well. Dakota, Jaquan, so Jake, as long as he stays healthy, he's good. Jordan Clever, the man's a mechanical demon and just is a complete machine when he wants to be. Quan, dog. Justin Pine, whenever he wants to be there, he's him. It doesn't even matter. At this point, he's up in the GOAT status. So, and then you got Marshall, who's the best mid-rusher we have on the team and an absolute cerebral animal in mixed cloth. Patrick Waters, who's a new add to the team, an absolute bulldog. When he is in that mode, and you don't want to fight him. There's things that he can do that he just does better than most, and I'm excited to see how he does at this practice. I'm excited to see how he does at these practices leading up to the tournament, And I'm excited to see him in Bangkok because I know he can rise to whatever level competition there is, and it's just a matter of time for him. And then you got Sean Roberto Wheeler, who's gonna just suicide everybody and just take his man for sure. He's been showing up in cloth. He is a cloth god. If you see him catching in foam, there's something wrong. But we'll see him at Worlds for sure. I think maybe captaining the squad. So we'll definitely see him on the court. And I'm excited to see what he does. And then Vaughn, the absolute outsiders machine, who I'm pretty sure is up there with Hashi in the most hits for outsiders. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's men's cloth. I'm excited to see. That team was inches away from gold last time, and with a definitely better roster coming into this, they lost Nate Kreider, Kim, who were just absolute animal. Kim was definitely the best player on that team by miles when it comes to the finals, at least. And to see him leave, it sucks. But I think you added a lot more, not a lot more, but a few more valuable assets, and people got better in general. So we'll see how this team stacks up against Austria, Great Britain, even Malaysia. There's a lot of squads out there that just have the talent, and we'll see how they stack up against them. But I think we got the arms, we got the brain power, and we've got like the size to just be able to bulldoze people. And we'll see how this team does because they're fucking talented, and I'm excited to see them. So let's talk about men's foam. That's what everyone came here for. That's what everyone wants to hear about. Let's talk about it. So let's roll through the list first. We got Aaron Goodwin, Dan Alport, Dylan Cruz, Elijah Hashimoto, Jeff Giovinco, Jesse Brown, Joe Martinez, Kim Nguyen, Cody Trejo, Logan Gehrig, Sam Jones, Shota Barbeau, and myself, Xander Simos. We've got a lot of returners on this team. I think there's 7 returners. If you don't want to count Kim because he was on men's cloth. He made the switch after he decided this was his last year doing dodgeball, and he wanted to get a shot at gold, or another shot with the Foam Boys. I think after he thought he wouldn't have made it last year, and then saw how he did, he just wanted to be a part of the culture, and I think he made the swap. But you got returning myself, Shota Barbeau. I guess Logan counts as a returner because he was there the entire time, and he's an animal now. You've got Joe Martinez, Jeff Giovinco, Elijah Hashimoto, Dylan Cruz as our returners. And there's a lot of new guys on this team. So we've got Aaron Goodwin, Andrew Kim. Dan Alport was technically not a returner because he played in Mexico, but he's a returner for Worlds, or he's a new guy for Worlds. We've got Jesse Brown, Cody Trejo, and Sam Jones, who's a returner from the 2015 national gold medal team, which is crazy to think about. But you got a lot of returners on the squad. You got a lot of talent. And a lot of people that want to be there. And I think the only challenge for us this year is we've all been working hard to get better. I think the challenge for us is to have the same hunger that we had in Austria. That was the Redeem team. That was the team that got manhandled in Canada, riddled with injuries, and just came out and had probably the worst showing USA's ever had. And we wanted to make that right, and it was, a bloody battle. It was hard fought. It was angry, and we all wanted it. I think coming out with the same energy, or even something better, is gonna be the difference between us having a hard fought battle for the top, or just moseying on in and not feeling that fire. But I think guys like Elijah, guys like Dylan, have just instilled in us this. Energy, this passion of we have to be there. There's no if, ands, or buts. We have to be there, and that's the energy that they're giving us. And you've got guys on this team that want to be there. You've got guys on this team that want to start, and it's really refreshing. And at the practice that we had, you've got guys that were near the bottom that were fighting for the top spots, and you love to see that. You love to see people that are hungry, people that have energy, people that just want it, and guys are asking questions. Guys are picking people's brains and picking apart mechanics and micro and macro and just getting in the nitty gritty things of dodgeball. And you love to see it. So we'll see how this team shows up and turns out. We got 2 practices before Worlds, team practices. So we'll definitely have those on here. But I'm excited to see how this team operates. This team changes the game because, we've got a lot to work on. A lot of us have gotten better, but a lot of us have, filled roles for our teams that, we don't fill at Worlds. So we'll see how we can blend this team together. And yeah, without Isidro and Dylan Clark Odin, we'll see how those spots are also filled, because those are two major roles for the team. So yeah, we've got a lot to work to do, a lot of holes to fill. And this will be a new team going into Worlds, which is special. And I'm excited to see. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video. This is my recap on the this is my recap on the national squads. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.